had gotten married in September a couple years ago, and shortly after being married, we had started talking, because we weren't getting any younger, of starting sooner rather than later. And it was really just quite simple, finding the website and reaching out to Joe, and it was from there that we went and met with him.
He made it very easy for us to look at all the options and try the path that we initially wanted, which was to use a known donor. And then when, that didn't look like it was gonna work, he was very, supportive of what other options would be. And I think what I liked the best was that he didn't beat around the bush. He said, okay, this is why it may be better to go with, this situation, and he laid everything out.
They had at least 50 or 60 donors on the website that you could get basic general information from, not just general demographics, their height, their weight, their hair color, eye color, but also you could ask for more detailed information about their health history, their family history,
medical history,
their educational history. I mean, we liked the fact that their clinic had a criteria that they all had to at least have had a bachelor's degree, and I think all of those things weighed into the decision. After we initially chose someone online based on their profiles that you can get online, we went back to Joe and talked about, initial information of one donor, because there are some criteria locally in terms of numbers of pregnancies that each donor can have, et cetera. So we wanted to make sure it wasn't going to be a problem. We also wanted to make sure that it was a donor we could use for a repeat pregnancy in case both of us were lucky enough to get pregnant. And so we needed to know, how far in advance we need to store samples or save samples. And so Joe, again, kind of walked us through that process. And ultimately, we were very lucky because we both ended up being pregnant within about a year time period and used the same donor for both. We've both already recommended to other friends of ours to use their services, mainly, again, not only just for location of where we all live, but I think more importantly because of the convenience factor and the fact that they were so approachable. And Joe really went above and beyond for us on multiple different levels. They're really at your disposal, whether it's night times, weekends, holidays. I mean, they'll be there for you just based on when you're have your optimal period to be pregnant. I mean, they really work around your biological clock, which again, I think is just an attribute to their clinic.
Their staff is very accommodating and welcoming and warm, and when you're kind of going through this, it can be stressful, and they make it as easy as possible, really.
Yeah. But I think that's a very good point. I mean, it is, for every person that goes through it, it is a very stressful experience. Just being in that clinic, obviously, this is probably not what you initially thought of how you're going to have a child, maybe, but in the end, we were very lucky to have found them. They helped us build our family.